Hi everyone, welcome to Glow with Grace. So I wanted to do an animal update today. This is one of the things that people ask me the most often about, the animals who live here with us. They want to see them, they want to know what they're up to and what they eat and all those kind of things. So that's my intention today, and I was particularly excited to do it now because we just welcomed a new baby foal, baby horse, 2 days ago as I filmed this. A little baby girl was born on March the 7th in the morning, and she's called Celita, and she's doing really great. I'm so grateful. Grateful that she's a girl, and grateful that everything just went totally fine. You know, we just woke up that morning, heard this little and went out, and there was a baby. So super grateful for that. So there's 12 animals who currently live here, and let's go and see if we can find them. I found our first candidates for interviewing. Good morning, Jim Jom. What would you like to say about living here? Nothing. What about you, Simba? You got anything to say? Money. Okay. Well, those are the cats. Like, Simba's probably more willing to talk to us. Hi, Simba. So Simba is probably like about 6 months old, little ginger boy kitten, and I always wanted a ginger cat, well, in recent years at least, and he showed up a few months back, and he's just really sweet. Like, I didn't know the thing about ginger cats being really affectionate usually, and he is super, like, wanting attention and wanting to be around you, and he's a sweet guy. And then Chim Chom was our original cat, and he's like a year older, and he's actually become more brave since Simba came here, because Simba's much braver than him. Chim Chom used to be really scared and wouldn't go out and do things like this, like playing in the garden, but they have a lot of fun. The dogs really love Simba, especially. They think that Simba's like their baby or something. So here's our first dogger. Here's Baloo, who's hanging out over here with Simba. As I said, Simba is like really not bothered by dogs. He's really courageous. He just kind of, even from a tiny kitten, he would just be like walking right in front of the dogs, and they'd never seen anything like it, so they're really kind of fascinated by him. So this is Baloo. Hi, Baloo. Hi, my love. So Baloo lives here along with his brother Gypsy, and they are about 2 years and 2 months. We kind of accidentally got them from a local market a couple of years back. We didn't mean to get dogs, it just kind of happened. And Baloo is the alpha, and he's a really sweet guy. And he's also got this kind of protector energy, and he thinks that he's really responsible. So he's kind of a mixture of very kind of handsome, sweet guy, and then like just, yeah, he's the protector, and he thinks that he's responsible for us and stuff. Okay, so there's Baloo. He's really big, and we don't know what he is, like what kind of mixture he is, but he has this funny Mohican, you can see maybe, mohawk on his head there, and so does his brother. And then, I don't know, they have all kinds of different features. Let's go and find Gypsy. Gypsy! I found Gypsy laying here under the truck. Hi, Gypsy Boots! Oh, you're such a funny one. You're such a funny one. So this is Baloo's brother, Gypsy Boots, and Gypsy's just really funny, really silly. He's kind of like a comedy dog. Aren't you? You're like a clown, you're so funny. And he's very kind of mothering. He likes to like take the baby cats and baby puppies and stuff. I don't know where he's going. And like mother them, like clean them and stuff, and cuddle with them. You're just really funny, aren't you, Gypsy? And he's really vocal. He's just really silly, and he always wants to play. Gypsy Boots, you're a funny one. Okay, here's Jade. I just found on this old sofa that she's destroying. Oh, Jade! She's in this destroying mode right now, which we're trying to help her to come out of. Jade! So Jade is half Weimaraner, half Dalmatian. No, not Dalmatian. Doberman. And she's just really beautiful, really sweet. She's like 7 months old, something like that. And she's huge. She's as big as the other dogs already, and she's only 7 months old. And she's just having a little sleep here, aren't you? And I'm disturbing you. I'm sorry, Jude. She's just a really sweet girl. We love you, Jade. So here's our first horses. This is a group of 3 horses over here. 1, 2, 3 in this end of the property. So as you can hopefully see, there's the baby. This is Lucita, the mama, and her baby Celita, who's having a rest right now. She's having a lay down. And Vortex wants to say hello. That's Vortex. So, okay. Lucita, the mama here, the buckskin, she came as a rescue about 2 years ago. And she just had her baby here, Celita, her first baby, 2 days ago as I filmed this, March the 7th. And when Lucita came here 2 years ago, she was in really rough shape. Some of you might remember her. She was like skin and bones, full of parasites and worms and just terrible conditions, stunted in her growth. And she's now like 3 years, 4 months, something like that. And she's still pretty young, you know, but she just had her first baby. And she's doing so great. I'm really, really proud of her. She has this kind of like princess personality, or she has done until now. And I was quite concerned. I didn't know how it would work out for her to be a mama, but she's doing really great. And Celita is huge. I don't know if you can really see right now, but she's like almost all legs. She's really tall. I'll try and get some other footage of her when she's walking around so you can see her properly. She's doing really well. Oh, Celita. She's having a nice drink. I'm so happy that she had a girl. So grateful. So grateful that everything went well. She was born just over there in the background, like in this garden. This beautiful old guy is Vortex. Vortex also came here as a rescue, actually like about a week after Lucita up there and her mama came. So about 2 years ago, and he's the oldest horse here. He's something like 11 or 12 now. And as you can see, he was branded at some point when he was younger. He's branded on the other side as well. It's really sad. Yeah, and Vortex is just such a sweet old guy. He just wants to, you know, relax and eat and have a nice time. And he worked for quite a long time as a tour guide. Not as a tour guide, as a tour horse. That would have been quite funny if he was a tour guide. He was, yeah, a tour horse for local horse riding tours. So of all the horses here, he's probably the easiest to ride, but we don't ride any of them. They just live here and have a nice time. And the reason why these 3, 1, 2, 3, are not with the other 4 right now is just horse politics. As any of you who have or know horses will know, there's a, you know, whole pecking order and all this stuff that goes on with horses, and just the way that things have turned out in recent weeks, this feels like the safest option for everyone right now, that these 3 are here until Celita gets a bit bigger, and then the others are down the other end of the property. So I'm going to go and find them now. Thanks, Vortex. We love you. So out here, hopefully we're going to find 4 more horses. I can only see 3 right now. So here we go. Nearest to us is Sparky, the Palomino, who some of you may also remember. Sparky was the first horse who came to live with us here he was actually like an impulse buy by Mr. Monarch in town. We saw him and we were just like, wow, he's so beautiful. And so he ended up coming to live with us. And then we thought we wanted to get a female friend for Mr. Sparkles, who's walking away from us. So we tried to search out a female, and we found Barbie, who hopefully we're going to find in this area. And we specifically were looking for a female who wasn't pregnant to be with Sparky. And every single female we tried to get was pregnant. We finally found Barbie and she wasn't pregnant. Hooray! So she came to live here. And then a few months later, Cherry was born. That guy over there. So yeah, she was actually pregnant the whole time and just no one knew. He has a really funny personality. He's like, I call him the angriest horse in Ecuador. He's not really, but he makes these really funny faces and stuff, and all he ever really truly wants is a bum massage. He loves massage, but yeah, he does some pretty funny tricks to get it. Hi my love. This is our Barbie doll. She came with the name, by the way. We didn't call her Barbie. So Barbie is the mare who came to live here to be Sparky's friend, and it turned out that she was pregnant and Cherry appeared. It was a big surprise to everyone, and it's very in line with Cherry's personality. He's really cheeky and funny. So yeah, it was very typical with hindsight that he would appear in that way, just like shocking everyone. So Cherry is now like 2 years, 3 months, something like that, 4 months. And he's a really sweet guy as well. Just full of love, really big heart, just loves everyone. Barbie has she has an interesting personality. She's very quiet. She once told me that she's an Egyptian princess. And she's kind of mystical like that. Not completely embodied, you know, she's kind of etheric. And then Sally here is the daughter of Barbie and Sparky. So Sally is a year younger than Cherry. I'm filming everyone's bums here right now. And look, you can see Sally is like basically the same size as Cherry, and she's a year younger than him. She is huge, and she's an exact replica of her dad. I don't know if you can really tell in this lighting, but she's Palomino, and she came out with exactly the same markings as him and everything. It's crazy. And she kind of has the same personality, this kind of funny, pretending to be angry kind of thing. And she's just really cheeky. She's still very young. She's like a year and 4 months, something like that. And she's still in that phase where she's very kind of wanting to bite, you know, very wanting to use her mouth all the time. And she just eats and eats and eats and eats. She started to eat like carrots and stuff, I think on like her 2nd day of life. And she was just so brave from as soon as she was born. You know, she was just a few hours old and she came right up to us and started touching our hands. She's just an interesting little one for sure. Very different to when Cherry was born, I think, because by the time that Sally came along, her mama had been here having a really relaxing, nice life for, you know, quite a good time. You know, 1.5 years, 2 years, something like that. So I think she just kind of got the influence of that. She has a really kind of calm, trusting presence. So these 4 are living over this end of the property, and they're really like a family unit. And this is how it is for now. 7 horses, 4 this end, 3 that end, and we'll see how it goes. I would love to put them all back together at some point. It's just got to feel right, you know, it's got to feel like it's safe for everyone, especially the new baby. Ain't that right, Sally Joy? So there we go. There were all 12 animals who are currently here. And the other question that always comes up from people is, what do they eat? So the dogs eat raw chicken and eggs. The cats eat fish and eggs. And the horses primarily eat grass, because in the climate here, there's just grass all year round. There's no hay or stables or anything like that. It's not that kind of place. There's just grass all the time, and the horses are just like outside. And then we give them carrots, and they like all kinds of other stuff. They like the skins of a lot of different things. I mean, they would eat the fruits as well, but we kind of eat the fruits and give them the skins of like mangoes or bananas, even pineapple skin. They're like, actually they just will like eat a whole bin of compost if you leave it. So we kind of don't have them in the compost areas anymore. Yeah, they have very varied taste buds for horses, and they even eat like coconut meat. They eat all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's what they eat, and they all seem to be doing really well. And I do know and understand that there are people who have, you know, vegan dogs and vegan cats and things like that. It's not what we're choosing to do at this point. I notice that a lot of people who do that kind of thing tend to have these kind of packaged, pre-made foods that they give to the animals, and that kind of thing just isn't available here. And we also feel, especially for cats, that flesh is like species appropriate. You know, cats are obligate carnivores, supposedly, so they've got to eat that. Otherwise, they're not going to be very healthy, and, you know, that's the way that we're doing things right now. So there we go. There's our 12 animals. I hope that was interesting and enlightening and fun, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.